Namaste, dear friends. If you're waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or even 4 a.m. to pee, even when your bladder doesn't feel full, this might shock you. It's not just aging. It's a small habit that's quietly confusing your kidneys and bladder. Every single night. As a doctor, I've seen countless seniors suffer from broken sleep, fatigue, and blood pressure spikes, all because of this one mistake, often done with good intentions. Today, I'm going to reveal the exact mistake that makes your bladder misfire at night, and how to fix it naturally, without any medicines. It's something you may be doing after dinner or just before bed, thinking it helps you, but it's actually triggering nighttime urination. Before we begin, I would love to know from which city or town are you watching this video? And what time is it right now? Please share with me in the comments below. I'm truly looking forward to reading your replies. And if you find this helpful, do subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss the next life-changing tip made specially for elders like you. Namaste, my dear elder. If you've been waking up 2, 3, even 4 times each night just to pass urine, I want to gently tell you this. It's not simply because you are growing older. Many seniors across India quietly accept this broken sleep as part of aging. But in truth, there's a medical name for this condition, and it's called nocturia. Nocturia means your body is producing too much urine at night, or your bladder is becoming too sensitive while you sleep. And let me say this clearly. Nocturia is common, but it is not normal. It's not something you have to live with just because you crossed 60. In fact, over 80% of nocturia cases are caused by daily habits, not by disease, and certainly not by age alone. Let me tell you about Mr. Devendra, a 72-year-old retired banker from Ahmedabad. For months, he believed waking up 5 times a night was just his destiny. He stopped drinking water after 8 p.m., avoided tea, and even changed his mattress, but nothing worked. One night, while getting up in the dark, he lost his balance and almost fell in the bathroom. Thankfully, his daughter was visiting and caught him in time. That small incident shook him. Not just his body, but his confidence too. And Mr. Devendra is not alone. Across homes in Lucknow, Chennai, Pune, and Kolkata, countless elders are going through the same thing, losing precious sleep, feeling tired during the day, and not knowing why. But here's the truth. When your sleep is interrupted like this, it doesn't just make you tired, it silently affects your entire body. You see, when we sleep, our brain goes through deep healing cycles, especially the REM phase, which strengthens your memory, supports emotional balance, and helps your body repair itself. When nocturia breaks that cycle, your immune system weakens, blood pressure fluctuates, and even your mood may become unstable. You may start forgetting names, feel irritated more easily, or catch colds more often, without realizing that it all began with disrupted sleep. But here comes the hopeful part. As a doctor, I want to reassure you, you don't need strong medicines or surgeries to improve nocturia. In most cases, your body is just responding to the wrong signals, caused by simple habits we've followed for years, without knowing their true impact. For example, drinking too much water after sunset, eating watery foods too close to bedtime, having tea or green vegetables too late in the evening, or sleeping in a position that puts pressure on your bladder. Even something as innocent as going to the toilet just in case before sleeping can silently train your bladder to wake you up when it's not full. But once you understand what's really happening inside your body, you can gently guide it back to balance. Without stress, without guilt. And when that happens, the gift of deep sleep returns, like an old friend you thought you had lost. So please, dear elder, don't blame your age. Your body is still listening to you. All it needs is the right message. In the next few minutes, I will show you 5 small but powerful habit changes that are already helping thousands of seniors sleep peacefully through the night. Let's walk this journey together, gently, with care, and with full hope. Habit 1. Drinking too much water after 7 p.m. Namaste, dear elder. Tonight after dinner, if you are sipping a warm glass of milk or a comforting bowl of rasam, thinking it will help you sleep, I gently ask you to pause. Because what feels like a soothing bedtime ritual might be the very reason your sleep keeps breaking at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., or even 4 in the morning. Many seniors across India tell me, "Dr. Saab, I drink only healthy liquids, turmeric milk, herbal tea, thin dal, and still I wake up to urinate." But here's the quiet truth. Even healthy liquids can silently disturb your night if taken too late. Let me share the story of Mrs. Kamala, a 72-year-old retired Hindi teacher from Jaipur. Every night after dinner, around 8:30 p.m., she would enjoy her favorite rasam. Warm, spicy, full of memories from her childhood kitchen. She would then sit on her veranda with her granddaughter and slowly sip chamomile tea, believing it calmed her nerves before bed. But almost every night, without fail, she would wake up twice, once at 1:30 a.m., then again around 4. She thought it was just age catching up, until her daughter gently encouraged her to see me. When we spoke, I explained to her something very simple but often overlooked. After 60, our bodies process water differently. During the day, your kidneys filter efficiently and your bladder can hold a good amount. But at night, especially after the age of 60 or 65, your body makes less of a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone helps your kidneys slow down urine production during sleep, allowing you to rest without interruption. But when vasopressin levels drop, as they naturally do with age, your kidneys continue filtering just like it's daytime. So if you drink a full glass of dal, milk, or tea after 7 p.m., your body keeps working through the night, instead of resting. The fluid gets processed, fills up your bladder faster, and quietly sends a signal to your brain. That signal may not be loud, but it's strong enough to pull you out of deep sleep, even if the bladder is only half full. And once you wake up, the rest of the night often becomes light, broken, and restless. So what can we do? The solution is gentle, practical, and rooted in your body's natural rhythm. Try to finish all major liquids, including soup, buttermilk, tea, or warm milk, at least 3 hours before bedtime. If you usually sleep at 10 p.m., aim to stop all fluid intake by 7 p.m., or even earlier if possible. From 7 p.m. onwards, only take a few sips, not a full glass, and only if truly needed. If you're on medication at night, use just enough water to swallow the tablet comfortably, not more. If you feel thirsty later, rinse your mouth or take 1 small spoon of lukewarm water. That alone can comfort your body without waking your bladder. Mrs. Kamala followed this simple shift. She moved her rasam to 6:30 p.m. and replaced her 8:30 tea with 5 minutes of slow breathing on her swing. At first, she was unsure. The habit was so deeply comforting. But just within a week, she called me with a smile in her voice. "Dr. G, I slept for 6 hours straight. I cannot remember the last time I did that." After 2 weeks, she felt fresher in the mornings, calmer in the evenings, and no longer feared bedtime. You see, dear elder, you don't need to stop enjoying your rasam or your warm milk. You only need to enjoy them at the right hour. Your body is not broken. It is simply asking for a new rhythm, one that fits its current stage of life. And once you listen gently, the body often responds with deep, peaceful sleep, without pills, without struggle. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, just remember, it's not only what you drink, it's when you drink it. And this one change, as small as shifting a glass by 1 hour, could give you back the gift of undisturbed sleep. You deserve that peace. Truly, you do. Habit 2. Eat dinner late and eat diuretic foods. Namaste, dear elder. Let me ask you something gently. What time do you usually have your dinner? If your answer is 8 o'clock, or later, and if you enjoy a cup of green tea or a slice of tomato salad after that, thinking it is light and healthy, then please listen closely. Because this very combination, a late dinner and certain harmless foods, may be the reason you wake up at 1 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. every night, tired and confused. And the saddest part is, you may have been doing it with the purest intention of staying healthy. Let me share the story of Mr. Arun, a 68-year-old retired railway officer from Kochi. He lived a peaceful life with his wife and grandchildren, often enjoying dinner together around 8:30 p.m., a mix of sabzi, chapati, and sometimes rice with tomato rasam. After dinner, he would relax in his veranda and sip a warm cup of green tea, thinking it would help digestion. but almost every single night, he would wake up at 1 a.m., then again at 3:30, and once more just before sunrise. I thought this was normal at my age, he told me during a consultation. But every morning I felt like I was floating, not really present. I explained to him very gently that many healthy foods are also natural diuretics, which means they make your kidneys work more and your bladder fill faster. Foods like tomatoes, cucumbers, green tea, coffee, chocolate, even watermelon. These are all diuretic in nature. They push extra fluids through your body, increasing urine production, especially when consumed after 4 p.m. And when you eat dinner late, your digestive system and kidneys don't get enough time to complete their work before you lie down to sleep. The result? Your bladder starts working overtime just when your body is asking for rest. You see, our body follows a natural internal clock, a circadian rhythm, that tells each organ when to be active and when to slow down. After sunset, digestion becomes weaker, kidney filtration slows, and the body prepares for deep rest. But when we eat late, especially diuretic foods, we send a confusing message to our system. Stay alert, keep working, don't sleep yet. That's why even if the dinner is light, your bladder may not let you sleep peacefully. So what can you do? The solution is simple and beautifully aligned with our Indian lifestyle. Try finishing your dinner by 6 p.m. or latest by 6:30 if your routine allows. This gives your body enough time to digest, absorb nutrients, and empty the bladder before bedtime. Also, avoid diuretic foods after 4 p.m. Enjoy your tomato, cucumber, or tea earlier in the day when your kidneys are more active. In the evening, stick to warm, non-watery, and non-acidic dishes, like lightly cooked vegetables, khichdi, or soft roti with ghee. Mr. Aaron took these steps with the support of his wife. They began eating dinner at 6 p.m. and stopped green tea after lunch. Instead, he began walking slowly in the garden after meals, enjoying the breeze and silence. Within 10 days, he noticed a change, waking only once at night, and sometimes not at all. And after 3 weeks, he called me with joy in his voice. "Doctor, I slept from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. without opening my eyes. I woke up refreshed for the first time in years." So, dear friend, this is not about giving up your favorite foods. It is about respecting the time you eat them. Your body is not resisting you. It's simply asking for a gentler routine that fits its age and rhythm. A peaceful night does not always come from a pill. Sometimes it begins with an earlier plate of sabzi. Try this one change, just for a week. Eat earlier, avoid diuretic foods after 4 p.m., and observe how your body responds. Because the peace you are looking for at 3 in the morning may be waiting at your dining table at 6 in the evening. And you deserve that peace. Deeply, gently, completely. Habit 3. Pee just to be sure. Before going to bed, namaste, dear elder. Tell me honestly, how many times have you gone to the toilet at night not because you really had to, but just to be safe? It's a habit many of us grew up with, passed down from parents and grandparents, this idea of going just in case before bed. It feels responsible, it feels cautious, and for years, you might have believed it's helping you sleep better. But what if I told you, this well-meaning habit might be the reason your bladder keeps waking you up in the middle of the night? Let me share the story of Mrs. Savita, a 74-year-old grandmother from Pune who lives with her granddaughter and loves her nightly routines. Every evening before bed, she would warm some milk, read a few pages from the Bhagavad Gita, and go to the bathroom, even if she didn't feel the urge. "I thought I was being sensible," she told me gently, "but still I was waking up 3, sometimes 4 times every night." She had tried everything, drinking less water, sleeping early, using soft nightlights, but nothing seemed to work. Until one day, her granddaughter took her to visit a urologist who changed her perspective completely. The doctor explained something simple but powerful. The bladder is not just a bag. It's a muscle that learns habits over time. And like any muscle, if you keep training it to empty when it's not full, it begins to forget what full truly feels like. So when you go to the toilet just in case, your bladder starts believing that small amounts, even just 100 or 150 milliliters, are signals to release. The brain receives these weak signals as urgent and wakes you up, even when the bladder is barely 1/3 full. In short, you may be waking up to pass only a few drops. Not because your body needs to, but because it has learned to overreact. So what's the solution? It's called the true urge principle, and it means exactly what it sounds like. You only go to the toilet when your body genuinely tells you it's time, not based on fear or habit. In the beginning, this may feel a little uncomfortable. You might feel unsure, even anxious. But your body is wise, and with time, your bladder will relearn to wait until it's truly full. And when that happens, those midnight interruptions slowly begin to disappear. Mrs. Savita decided to try. Instead of going to the toilet automatically, she would sit peacefully for 5 more minutes. She would read a little longer, close her eyes and breathe slowly, or listen to her favorite bhajan, soft, sweet, and familiar. Sometimes she would gently massage her lower belly in slow circles, whispering to her body, "Only when you are ready, my dear." She gave herself permission to trust her own signals again. And within just a few weeks, everything changed. Now she sleeps 5 to 6 hours straight, and she wakes up smiling, refreshed, not tired and irritated like before. You see, dear elder, the body is always listening to how we treat it, and it responds with habit or healing. By going to the bathroom only when you truly feel the need, you help your bladder become strong, calm, and less jumpy. This is not about ignoring the urge, it is about learning the difference between real and false signals. Just like we train the mind with prayer, or train the body with yoga, we can also train the bladder, gently, with trust. So tonight, if you feel tempted to go just in case, pause for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out, and ask your body with love, is it truly time? If the answer is no, stay still. Read, listen, breathe. Because your bladder, like your heart, is capable of learning and of letting you rest. You do not need to fear the night. You only need to guide your body with calm wisdom. And when you do, sleep will return. Softly, quietly, just like an old friend coming home. Habits 4 and 5. Sleeping position. Clothing. Room temperature. Namaste, dear elder. Sometimes the body is not asking for medicine. It is simply asking for a small adjustment in how we rest. When it comes to nighttime urination, most people think of water, food, or age. But few realize that even your sleeping posture, clothing, and room temperature can silently affect your bladder's behavior. Let me share 2 real stories that might gently open your eyes and bring peace back to your nights. Let us begin with Mr. Shankar Menon, a 71-year-old retired mathematics teacher from Kochi. For more than 30 years, he had a habit of sleeping on his stomach, with a thick pillow under his head. He believed it helped calm his heartbeat and helped him drift off quickly. But every single night, he woke up at least twice with an urge to urinate, even when the bladder wasn't really full. He thought it was his age, or something he ate, until he visited a sleep specialist in Thiruvananthapuram. There he learned something simple but life-changing. Sleeping on your stomach or using an overly high pillow can press against your bladder and confuse the nerves. Even gentle pressure on the abdomen while lying down sends signals to the brain. Wake up, it's time to go. This signal may not be accurate, but it still pulls you out of deep sleep. Over time, this habit makes your bladder more sensitive and your sleep lighter. The solution was not difficult, only unfamiliar. The doctor guided him to sleep on his left side, using a moderately thick pillow under his head and a second soft pillow between his knees. This new position helped keep his spine aligned, reduced pressure on the abdomen, and allowed the bladder to stay calm through the night. At first, it felt awkward. Decades of habit don't change in one day, but he stayed consistent. And within just 2 weeks, Mr. Menon reported sleeping for 5 to 6 hours without any interruptions. Now let us turn to Mrs. Kamala Devi, a 69-year-old retired school teacher from Chennai. She had her own quiet battle, waking up soaked in sweat, heart pounding, and always needing to urinate around 2 or 3 a.m. She wore thick flannel pajamas and kept her bedroom sealed. No fan, no window, wrapped in heavy blankets. I thought I was protecting myself from getting cold, she told me, but I always felt restless at night. And the more she sweated, the more she drank water before bed, unknowingly creating a cycle of nighttime trips to the toilet. After speaking to specialists at the Madurai Institute of Healthy Living, she discovered the science of thermal balance and nighttime urination. When the body overheats, due to thick clothes or poor air circulation, blood vessels expand to cool down. This increases blood flow to the kidneys, which leads to more urine production. So while she thought she was keeping warm and safe, she was actually triggering her bladder to work overtime during sleep. The solution was gentle and beautifully simple. She began wearing loose, breathable cotton nightwear, opened her window slightly, and turned on a low-speed fan to allow light air movement. She also layered 2 soft, thin blankets instead of 1 thick one, so she could adjust based on comfort. After just 1 week, her night sweats reduced. After 3 weeks, she slept without waking even once to urinate. She shared with joy, "It wasn't my age after all. It was my pajamas and my closed windows." So, dear elder, you see, sometimes our environment is louder than our age. A heavy quilt, a wrong sleeping angle, or even one small pillow can quietly disrupt the bladder's peace. But with a few thoughtful changes, like side sleeping, cotton clothes, and a well-ventilated room, you allow your body to rest as it should. No medicine, no struggle, just better sleep through gentle adjustments. Tonight, before you lie down, ask yourself softly, is my bed helping me rest, or silently making my body work harder? Give yourself permission to experiment. Try a lighter nightdress, a gentler pillow, a small fan near your feet. These may sound simple, but their effect can be deep and lasting. Because you deserve a night where the body feels light, the breath feels calm, and the bladder stays quiet till morning. And that peace, soft, silent, sacred, is not far away. Sometimes, it's just 1 pillow and 1 cotton kurta away. Namaste, dear elder. As we come to the end of this gentle journey together, I want to remind you of one powerful truth. You do not need strong medicines or complicated treatments to sleep peacefully again. You do not need to fight your body or fear the night. All it takes is 5 small changes, done at the right time, in the right way, and your sleep can return like an old friend. Thousands of seniors, from Delhi to Mumbai, from Pune to Coimbatore, have already made these adjustments, and they are waking up feeling lighter, calmer, more alive. Perhaps you don't need to change everything in one day. Just begin with one small shift. Maybe today you choose to eat dinner earlier, or you decide to replace your 9 p.m. tea with 5 minutes of slow breathing. These tiny acts are not just habits. They are signs of self-respect, and your body will always remember them with gratitude. If something in this video spoke to your heart, even a little, I invite you to write one simple word in the comments. Hope. Because sometimes, that one word is enough to let others know they are not alone. Someone else, watching quietly like you, may feel encouraged just by seeing it. You have spent your life caring for everyone around you, your children, your partner, your home, your responsibilities. But now, dear friend, is the time to care for yourself. Because your rest, your peace, and your energy still matter deeply. If you found this helpful, please do subscribe to our channel so that each week we can continue sharing these small steps for joyful, healthy living after 60. And if someone in your life, your sister, your neighbor, or your old school friend, also wakes up at night to urinate, please share this video with them. You may be giving them the gentle gift of uninterrupted sleep. And so, as we close, I leave you with this blessing. May your nights be as quiet as an April breeze, and your mornings as bright as a smile beside a fresh cup of chai. Take care of yourself, because your body is always listening, and it will always thank you for even the smallest kindness.